I just wanna come out and say I just wanna come out and say I am so sorry if my explanation of your style is just lackluster or whatever. I tried my best, but when there's 32 styles, 33 now, yeah, it gets hard to come up with different things to say. So, yeah, I tried to give something at least for everyone. So I hope you'll forgive me for my lackluster performance. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to try this again, because I tried doing the art style video during the class. It was a bad idea. And the video sucked, and the footage stopped many times, and it was gross disgusting. So, we're going to do this again, and I'm going to actually get it done, hopefully, very soon. So hopefully by the time, this is finished, it's up as soon as possible. Anyways, let's begin with a little disclaimer. I am not some pro. First, I'll get into what the video is about. It's me just looking over your different art styles of different stuff that people have sent me and whatever else. I just made an announcement in a few servers, not just now, like weeks ago, but anyways, and said, hey, send me arts of your style that you intend to keep using, so I can review it in a video and just get my thoughts on it. Now, also, I've gotten artist consent for this, as I will I might critique art here and there, as it's not a focus of the video. I'm not focused on critiquing or whatever. However, it's gonna tie in to things, because when I'm talking about an art style, I may say some things like that could be improved or whatever. However, that's not the main focus of the video, so I will try not to ramble on a bunch of critiques and whatever else. I would say that for a video on its own, because I'm willing to bet there's a lot of things that can point out on certain styles. But yeah, just a fair warning. If you've sent me art, you might get criticism. I'm not gonna say everyone will, because some art styles I just cannot critique. But anyways, there's that. And also, again, I'm not the greatest critiquer. I'm not some professional art appreciation professor. If we go over the grandness of colors and the meaning, emotion, all that jazz. No, I'm not gonna say this video is gonna be some amazing analysis. It's just my personal look at your art style. Now, some art styles I may have less to say, and some I may have more to say. It depends. There's no bias or whatever as far as, like, if I don't like your art or anything like that. I'll like the style, but I'm not gonna be, like, giving less because, like, I don't like you or whatever. None of that's gonna matter. This is, my actual thoughts on your style. So, with all that out of the way, let's begin. Let's hope OBS is recording the the footage thingy. Ignore the looking for game thing. I should have turned that off, but I'll turn it off in a moment. Actually, I don't need to, because it's about to do this. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's fit. There we go. Okay, so on to the first one. Hold on, let me just... Anyways, onwards. So first up is Amy's style. I want to point just out how lovely and colorful her style is. And it's not even just that it's colorful, it's that how warm the colors are. It is, at least in her finished pieces, it is gorgeous. I really love how just warm everything looks. Like, it's just inviting my eyes to take a nice gander at it, because it is so pretty, it's so good, I love it. Great job on your style, Amy, with pretty much anything colored. At least nowadays, I'm not gonna compare to old styles or whatever, but at least from the style now, everything is so warm and inviting. Like, it just feel like freaking Betty looks like candy. At least her pink blob does. I forgot what the name is. Kumo. It looks like a freaking candy thing I would eat. I'm not going to, but it looks really good. Really good job on different, like, your highlights, and just making it look like a warm, sunny day, I guess. I don't know how to best describe that. And then I want to have the most to say about sketches, because I told them not to send me in sketches because, like, it's not finished and I won't have much to say on it other than it looks nice. So, but given these are fairly polished sketches, I'll try to come up with something. Nice, they're lined, so they're not even sketches. You get what I mean. Anyways, as far as, like, I guess I'll point out clothing with this. You do a really good job with clothing. I can tell he has some gloves on, like, I don't know what those are, like, glove-ish things. Fingerless gloves, kind of. But anyways, you give good wrinkles, and just the clothing feels so, like, he's wearing it. Really good job. You have nice details on little things, just, gushing in beauty, and I love it. And this is a nice little simple sketch. Very cute. You have a very cute style. That's another thing I can point out. I don't want to just keep saying you have a very cute style, though, so I'm trying to avoid that if possible. If not, then, well, you're going to be hearing you have a cute style a lot. Anyways, that is what I'll cover on Amy's style, because I don't want to gush too long on one style. But really good job, Amy. You have really distinct style. I should probably turn off the Ansar GIF. I forgot. I mean, I could have that on, but I don't want it to be a distraction from the art styles. I forgot that it was on. I don't know if you guys want that in recordings. Just let me know. Anyways, whoops. Next up is Ash's style. Ashelinium is her full name. Excuse me. I hope I can get my words out like I did the first time, so I will. So let's hope for the best there. Okay. Just ignore the top of the image and we'll be fine. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could get it to, if I could just display the image by itself, but honestly, that's more trouble than it's worth, and you can see the art perfectly fine here. It's not like in its full glory quality, but, I mean, literally I'm going to, literally I'm saying the Discord users' names, so, but anyways, yeah, this is the best I can do to really, like, help show off all the art, because if I just display it all, I won't be able to slide through it to show you the different art pieces. It'll be a lot of work just for that. Anyways, on to Hashemium Style, as I was saying. I really like how, I really hope I convey this right, like I did before. Really like the emotion she captures in each art piece, and something I said in the previous recording was I like the well, not only just the emotion each one is capturing, like I can tell each piece has a moodier and darker feel to it. I like the variety in like how her characters look. Like there's some really nice unique design to these characters. By the way, these are Oreoses. And like this is I believe Naru's species. Don't quote me on that. Ash, you can correct me in the comments. But I believe this is what Naru's species is based on, or not based on what Naru. I believe this is a Naru OC, whatever species is called. And these are really unique designs for Oreoses, but they like are still like true to the source material in some way. So like I can. Like, if I were to, like, compare that to Naru, obviously it's different, but I can tell that it is her species, so, really good job just making really unique designs for Oreoses, and if you've seen her other characters, you know she has very big variety in what she can do, as far as character variety, so I really, really like that about her style, is that she's able to just give very unique, different character designs. But as far as the art, I really like also just, crap, there was something I said in the video, like I just like the, I forgot what I said in the, in the previous video, oh yeah, I like the way you do, like, glows and stuff, really nice job with the, glows on the eye, mouth, and, everything else that glows. It's just a nice little subtle glow, it's not glaring, and it's good on the eyes, and the use of light here is actually pretty interesting, as well as it fits with the theming. And as I said, you're really good at giving a darker theming with your art, at least in these pieces. I don't have any other ones. These are the ones you gave me. In these pieces, you do a good job of capturing the emotion. Just kind of, this is like the only hope left. The flower. You can't see my mouse, but oh no, you can. Okay. This is the only hope left, like the flower or whatever, and like they just, I guess, well, they're frozen. They're dead. But this is all that's kind of left. Like the light that's left, and then this one. Anyways, that's Ash's style. Really good job. You are great at capturing the emotion of any of these set pieces. Great work. Alright, so now for the next one. Crap, I lost the tab. There we go. Okay, on to this. This is like the third time I'm recording through these, by the way. I stopped at Choir's style the last few times, so I'm just repeating this twice because oh, it does zoom in, nice, because I just didn't expect them to re-record this 3 times, but I really shouldn't have done it those first 2 times because it was terrible. But anyways, on to Avon Style. Crap, what's this for? Yeah, Avon Style. I'll try to explain this right again. I really like that he's able to capture a chibier style that isn't like really it's not lined, it's just completely lineless, but I can still tell the like emotion or like the story and stuff he's trying to tell with each piece. He does a nice job giving like showing the different excuse me, I don't know, the parts of the character. I can see the arms and legs and everything, and it's lineless. Good job. Not even shaded, which is another plus, so good job. It's not perfect, especially in the second one. I would say work on that visibility, the visibility of different parts, because there are line indicators, but I can't really see the fingers if I'm literally just looking at it. Like, I'm put on my glasses so it's fair. Yeah, I can't really see the fingers or like where the arm is separate from the head here. I know it's lineless, you can't make that like perfect, obviously. But I would definitely consider just practicing different limbs and things like that, just making them more visible, and just, I guess overall just help giving the impression of the arm bending there, because right now it just looks like his arm is just up. But otherwise, good job capturing that. I also like the simplicity of the backgrounds. Like, it's still a forest or whatever of trees. They're not just flat. I like that you put a little depth to it. Nice job. Good job, Avon. Very cute little style here. Alright. Next one is the man himself, the Vector Master, Blob. If really, Blob. Thank you. Anyways, something I really want to point out right away. I love that every like single art piece Blob makes, it's like stickers. Like, if you were to print this out and make it stickers, like just so you can wear them, I would be able to clearly define what the sticker is and what each part of the sticker is. It wouldn't be like hard to see stuff. I don't know how if this is actually possible to make stickers and jazz. I don't know what like printing process more we have to go through, but regardless, if this was a sticker, it would work very well as a sticker. Really good job. He does very good vector arts. Like, all these are vectors. Really good job, Blob. Really like each of the, I don't know, I just like the sticker style, and it's simpler, but it works really well and has a lot of character. And here you've got a really slick looking title thingy. I know what it actually is, like Persona 5 thing, but like I guess title card would be appropriate out of context. Really slick little title with the white. It looks shiny and like a metal, I guess. Like freaking close that. There we go. I don't know. It's just a really nice logo. Really good job. I would freaking wear these if these were stickers. Like, give me that Aya and Lantern, heck yeah. And, well, no, I would wear these. These are my stickers. Give me those, and I'm gonna buy them on freaking Etsy, and boom, we got stickers. Blade, Ansar, and Aiko in Portal style. Really good job. And again, really good job with giving it a sticker kind of look. I know I don't know if you're going for it, like, trying to make them look like stickers, but I mean, with the white outline, it's kind of unavoidable. But really, I don't know what else to say, just really good job. Oh yeah, we're onto the reference sheet. This is a little different, so I want to say different things about it. With each art piece, I like how clear everything is another thing I wanted to mention. Like, for this reference sheet, I can, number one, read everything really well, so nice handwriting. Way better than mine. I mean, I can read my handwriting, but that's just because it's my handwriting. But anyways, everything is so clear, I can tell what the abilities are and what they do, and just, you do a good job of making each detail stand out, and not in a jarring way. It works just really well. Also, nice profile. I mean, the only thing I would point out is just work on anatomy, I guess, because at a pose like this, I feel like his leg would partly be standing out, and, well, the fingers, I guess, would be more, like, less just literally, like, they're stuck together like that. But otherwise, really nice job. Like I said, critique is not going to be the freaking main crux of the video, but I'll point things out here and there. Really good job, and very cute OC. Borealis. Very good. I was trying to reference something, but it didn't work because I realized his name is not pronounced the same. Alright, now, on to the man who needs clout to survive, Blue. I think that's the only one? Yeah. He does, like, basically all traditional art. He's done digital before, and he can do digital, but he sticks to traditional, typically, which is good, which is fine, because traditional has its own charm, and I like it. It is a craft that I hope never dies. It won't die. I'm just saying that, because I just hope it doesn't. But anyways, because even when the world goes to hell with the apocalypse in the future, there'll still be paper and things to write on, draw on, and whatever. You can freaking draw on with freaking T, as Donna has demonstrated. Oh god. Sorry, I'm drinking a bunch of water right now. Anyways, onto his style. But I like his attention to detail with his traditional arts. I mean, there's a lot of traditional artists who do have good attention to detail, don't get me wrong, but like he makes sure to capture each character's like features accuracy wise, which I really like. He doesn't, like, I guess, simplify it in any way. He makes sure to catch each detail or whatever and just give them, I mean, that's the character. I know that sounds silly, I guess, to point out, but I mean, like I said, some artists would, I guess, simplify certain things so that way it's not as difficult to draw them, but Blue does a good attention to detail, and I like that. And I like the way he draws fur as well. Really nice and looks soft. I would freaking touch his fur and be like, ah, yes, nice. As far as, I don't know, any criticism, I would guess just make the characters look less stiff and just give them more of a, like, they look alive and, like, they can move around and stuff and not just stiff freaking action figures. But otherwise, really nice style. And I said this in the previous video, I don't know how, like, I don't know if this is a nice or, like, a good thing to say about it, because, like, it could apply to any traditional art, but I think, at least with Blue style, I can usually tell, for some reason, like, what color things are, just, I don't know, by the way he shades and colors things in. This is really weird to describe, so I'm just gonna stop, but just, good job, Blue. And I don't know why I just tried to describe that again, it was horrible the last recording. But good job, Blue, you have a really nice style, and you do characters good justice. So congrats. Also, he looks very strong with them arms. Alright, on to Hashemium Style. The man who's full of walls of text he doesn't only have walls of text as his weapon. He has the arts on, I think he says he does them on tiny, like, not sticky notes, but like little tiny pieces of paper or whatever. So he has the power of being able to draw small. Okay, I'm sorry, my brain just had a freaking death wish and died the moment I got to caution, so I had to stop to collect my thoughts. Anyways, I like that he has a more gritty look, a more like rough look to his drawings. Now, before you say, "Oh, it's traditional," so obviously, shush. Okay, because I know it's traditional, and I mean traditional is gonna look freaking rough because it's pencil, but I like that it feels rough. Like it's not just it's freaking pencil, so obviously it's rough. No, it feels rough. It feels more gritty because the way he draws things like has, I don't know, it just feels, for me, kind of like I'm looking at, like, I don't know if like anyone knows what the heck I'm talking about, but like it gives me that old film look, I guess. Kind of like you know, like when the projector's on and it's just got like the specks all over the screen because it's an older projector, it doesn't fully produce the color or whatever, and it's like in black and white and all that jazz. It kind of gives me that kind of vibe to it, and I really like that. It just feels that way with his art, and I guess that it has a more kind of realistic look, also kind of a Don't Starve-ish look, because like, I don't know, the canteen and the fence kind of look that way, so really nice. And I like how I guess realistic's the word, I don't know. Properly embedded the blanket is. Like, I can see the spirit's legs. Yes, I just pointed out the legs first. Fight me. And the upper body and just everything in the blanket. You can tell where each part of him is in the blanket. Really nice. Excuse me. And I guess I like how detailed everything is as well. Excuse me. I think that's a water canteen. And this is like, I honestly have no idea what that is. It's not even because he drew it badly. It's because I literally don't know what that is. So I'm not even going to try to describe what that is. But really nice. For Ku, like, and for Ku, I guess another thing I like about is he has a nice kind of realistic look to things. It's not fully realistic. I mean, these are fictional characters, for goodness sakes. But it's more realistic. Like, those look like, anatomy-wise, those look like how the actual feathers would be, like, aligned. Mostly. They look kind of, if I had to give criticism, just looks kind of flat on the feathers. There's not, like, a nice depth to really make them look like they're pointing out at me, like it should here. So I would say that's something to work on, but otherwise, I like the formation of it overall, I guess the form. And if it were in 3D, I know what it would look like, so yeah, that's kind of all I want to point out, because I'll be here all day trying to figure out everything. So really good job, Caution, capturing all of those feels with these. Alright, on to the next person, which is Choir! aka Floof, as I used to call them. But anyways, Choir. I really like in their style that it has a, kind of, I'll try to explain this in a way that makes sense. If manga was colored, this is one way I would picture it looking like. One way. There's probably like a bunch of other ways I could picture, but this is like kind of what I would picture a colored manga to look like, I guess, if that makes any sense. And I'm sure there are colored mangas out there, but like literally every manga I've seen like ever has been black and white. So I don't even know if there are colored mangas. But regardless, I like that it has a, like, if manga was in color, this is Choir style. I really like her style. It's also a very cute style as well, so I mean, we could say that too. But I also like with her color drawings, I say color drawing, she always colors her drawings, like almost always, but anyways, I like how with these ones, at least, what she gave me, they have a, like, this is a weird comparison, but ice creamy look to the colors, really pleasant, and just freaking, I would, if these characters were ice cream, I would eat them. I'm sorry. I know I'm evil and I have sinned. But, in all seriousness, the ice creamy look kind of makes the colors look really soft and just have this really kind of easy texture to it. Like, looking at it just is really nice on the eyes, is kind of what I'm trying to get at. So, good job with that. So, I mean, even though they have an ice creamy look, that's a good thing, because it's a good thing for the texture. But yeah, and this is just it's a meme, so I don't really have much else to put on it. This is also a meme, but it's got, it's got more effort into it, so I can give more on it, but I already did. So yeah, really good job, choir. Your style is amazing, as always. Next up, finally, I'm past these drawings, and I'm onto a new set of them. I've recorded all of those before, but now I can move on to these. Onto another guy, which I've met recently, and, well, kind of recently, like, I think a week or two ago. And we just chatted and kind of became friends. But anyways, Choate. Here is his style. He wanted to be a part of the video, so I added him in. Thankfully, I wasn't done making this video, so he was able to get in. Anyways, here is his style. I absolutely love that his style is more realistic. I know I've said that about Cautions, but his is a different kind of realistic. His kind of reminds me of those, like, kind of childhood books, like, or children's books, excuse me, that I kind of have a more grittier style, a more wacky, random style, weirder style. I don't know, like, look at the Lorax or Dr. Seuss. This style kind of reminds me of that. Obviously, it's different from that style, as far as, like, what he makes, but as far as, like, the way lines are drawn and anatomies put together, it gives me a very big Dr. Seuss vibes. Lorax comes to mind. With, like, the way he kind of aims for detail on the body, like the fur, little fur lines and things like that, and just bones and stuff. If it would let me zoom in, that'd be great, thank you. Bones and stuff, and I don't know, just the way the lines are constructed. Very Dr. Seuss. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting big Dr. Seuss vibes from these. So, really nice job capturing that. I wouldn't say necessarily it's a style that I guess prefer, because I do prefer simpler styles just in general. That's just my preferences. But regardless, it's well drawn. So I mean, even if I don't necessarily prefer a style or whatever, it means no less that is well drawn. And I still freaking like the detail and effort you go into. You do a really good job, man. Fantastic work. I'm proud of you. You gave me Dr. Seuss vibes. That's I accidentally clicked Fire Alpaca. Good job, me. Okay, anyways. Next up is Daton, the man himself. This guy, came to me, like, not came to me, like, whenever I was in, like, a server he's on, and I was pretty much kind of, well, no, it wasn't even that, I think it was in Ori Horde. I just, someone just randomly posted art that they requested from him, and I was blown away, because I didn't expect a art style like this to show up in gallery. I really, really like, how Dat, colors spirits, like with the shading and stuff. That purple blue just looks really cool. Really cool. Excuse me. Just really like it. I really like it. Good job, man, on that. That sounds really generic, the way I say it. I just literally don't have a better way to describe it. It's just good. It's pleasant to my eyes, and it fits spirits, because spirits have a, like, blue-purple hue for their shading and their body in general. They're not, like, just pure white. That's not how they were made. Anyways, really nice job. You have really nice highlights for Siet's character. I think it's Alpha. I forgot their name. Then here are Dad's characters, Ron and Kyle. Very cute. He also is obviously a very cute style. Like, look at it. is just adorable. That's another reason why I like his style. I don't know. Cute art is best art all the way, period, for me. But anyways, I also like the way he does fingers kind of in a square style. So I guess I don't know what to compare it to. My mind is thinking of comic book style maybe, but or something in like that spectrum. So something like that, and I really like it. And I like his style as well, just like with the different parts here and there. My voice cracked here. Different parts, like up here he has little just floating bits. I know that's probably a part of the character, but kind of leads into a point of like I guess I like the triangle style, like a more like pointed style with certain parts and just fingers and stuff. It has a very triangular shape, and that's really cool. I don't see many styles that do that. I've seen one, but it's great. But I haven't seen it like this in a cell shaded style, like this. I guess I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry, my throat is still being a piece of crap. I'm not in the post-sickness phase anymore. My nose and everything is cleared up for the most part. But my throat is still a piece of crap, as it always is. But anyways, really like this piece as well. You do a good job on particle effects and just, I don't know. You don't do this often, so I don't really want to go like, you do a good job of writing names like this, because you really don't write names like that often. That's not a normal thing you do, so I won't really give much on that. Yeah, just really good job, Dat. You have a really good knack for spirits. My only, I guess, gripes are, just the lines could use cleaning up. Like, here and there I would sharpen the lines. I mean, I draw with a mouse, so I always have to go back over lines, because they don't shrink themselves down. I have to go back and erase them to make them sharp a little bit, add little angles to them. And just for this one drawing in particular, I would make Ori's antenna match this one. I know that was kind of a perspective thing, but that's like a bit too tall and not quite aligned. So it looks more like he's leaning up, even though his eyes are suggesting something different. So I guess just work on a bit of consistency and just line cleanup. I don't know if you do these quick, so you don't have like time to really do that, but that's kind of the only criticism I have. Otherwise, really good job. I really love your style. It's why I requested you to draw my friend's character, because you do a really good job of just getting each character a very cute look or cool. I mean, look at this. Cute, cool, whatever, anything in between. Really nice job. Man, I'm sorry, I just love his style. It's so good. All your styles are really cool, by the way. Y'all are doing a really good job. And here is someone who is just a watcher for my channel, so they're on my server. Most of you probably don't know who he is. That's why this won't be very recognizable to you. I would say this is similar to Dat's style, only it's a lot... Excuse me. His is a lot darker and has more of a painted look. So, I'll have, like, I guess, kind of similar things to say. I like the sharper look to things. However, I like that yours is... Excuse me. A lot more... Like, yours is more openly expressive, whereas that's is expressive, but, like, in a lighter way. It's not, like, really trying to pop with expression, kind of like this. So, yeah. I would say that's the difference there, too. Excuse me. I don't know why I keep zooming in, zooming out. I'm just being OCD. But anyways, sorry, your styles are like a bit similar, so I'm having a hard time thinking of differences to point out, but I pointed out some to not say they're outright the same. But yeah, I guess I also like yours is kind of similar in a way to the way Newgrounds does things like Tank Man and stuff. So you do a good job kind of giving it a, like I said, a more openly expressive kind of look to things. I'm like flexing my arms, just trying to prove a point that there's no face cam. And I like the way, and as I said, I like the way you kind of paint things, like, excuse me, those have a nice rocky look, or like dusty rocks, kind of just like as in like leaking from the ceiling or whatever. And again, I am just playing this out multiple times. I'm just trying to make sure I give these points good spotlight. Liking the grittier style, just a bit darker. It's not like overly gritty where it's like, oh my god, dark and edgy. Yeah, I like a little darker style. Mix the style. Well, it has like a pops of emotion, so they blend together well. Kind of a grittier but a poppy look, if that makes any sense. So really good job, Dibble. On to the next one. If your art style is similar, like I said, and there's some styles I won't go over as much. So yeah, that was the first instance of that, because I actually didn't even notice how similar the styles were. Anywho, on to Doom. For some reason the image is JPEG'd. I think it's because he doesn't have, like, Nitro or whatever, so apologies for the blurry image, and I'm sorry, Doom, for slightly disgracing the art like this, but blame Discord Nitro and the fact that it's a JPEG. But hopefully you can see it enough. Anyways, I like your kind of not like it's chibi, but in a different way. Like as far as expressions, I mean, I like to just the way you do the eyes and just make like kind of a, I guess, goofier look with things like this. Except in this case, it's a little more serious with like the scratches and stuff. But I don't know. This is the kind of thing I would expect out of expressions wise. Something like a Stickman series. I don't know why I picture that with something with the Stickman series. It's just the way the eyes look. It just gives me those kinds of vibes. So nice job with that. And you're getting the hang of highlights, I see. Doom's a bit of a beginner, but he's improving and getting there. He's already getting highlights and shades, so he's moving up quickly. I would say just work on anatomy, really. Just overall. Excuse me. I don't want to, like, go into all, like, the anatomy you could work on, but because, like, I'll be here making a freaking analysis trying to do that. But that's really that's the main thing I would work on, I guess, is just anatomy. You're getting the hang kind of highlights and things like that. It's not perfect, but it works, and you're doing a good job. Well done, Doom, and also nice character. I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be. I don't want to just assume or guess because I don't know what they are, but nice character. Good job. Alright, so that was Doom Style. Again, sorry, Doom, it's a JPEG, so I can't, like, get the full quality out of it. But good job nonetheless. And now on to, this is, like, my favorite art style, just period at this point. Like, seriously. You will see in a moment. Anyways, here is basically my favorite art style. It used to be Shupa and Omegas, but this style just with its, you'll see. Let's go into it. Let's stop procrastinating. Here is Esper, aka TH33 Lit 3. Yeah, Esper it is. Here is Esper's style, which, my god, expressive. Look at how happy he is. Look at this expression, just perfection. And everything is just screaming expression too. It's all very stylistic, just bold. Very bold style. Really, my voice cracked. Really? Really good job with expressions. You capture the sheer joy of this character perfectly. And then there's, I mean, the way you do highlights and shades is just so distinct. Like, I could not find a style like yours on the internet if I wanted to, because it's freaking that distinct. I mean, same here. The way your glows and stuff, everything is, that's bright, but it's pleasantly bright. It blends so well with everything else that it's not, like, burning my eyes. And just the life you even give the eyes themselves. You don't even need mouths. You literally only need the eyes. Like, it's impressive. It's amazing. Like, seriously, Esper could draw without mouths and it would be perfectly fine. But honestly, keep the mouths, though, because they add to your expressiveness. Really good job, and your anatomy as well. Just everything comes together in complete holy matrimony, and I love it. It's great. It's glorious. It's good. The only criticism I really have to give to your style is I feel like the contrast of shades, like right here you have just a flat cell shade where like you just color it and leave it as a solid cell shade for a style look, but then there are some parts where it's blurry and just doesn't blend well with this, in my opinion. It kind of just is a bit jarring to transition between these two shades, so it just kind of it doesn't ruin the art, quite obviously, because it looks amazing, but it does kind of break the immersion a bit with the shades, just because it's like an immediate cut from the shade into something blended, and that's just a bit of a weird contrast, especially for something like this. I guess the other thing is just I would make the particle effects kind of fit more with the overall style, because like for something cell shaded like this, you want this is just my opinion, but I feel like you would want particles to like stand out and be clear, unless they're like a background object and you don't want that to be the focus. But I would say in this case you kind of want that to be part of the focus to show his power, to show like that he's a really bright spirit with a lot of light. I would say honestly, I would say the focus overall of the piece is kind of just everything, because you want to show like the different things he's able to do. So I would just, I don't know, kind of work on a balance of making things clear and faded, rather than making everything faded out like this. Excuse me, I don't really have an issue with it in any other piece, because it just fits, especially in this one. You did a good job with that. But, I don't know, for things like this, I guess I would just work on making the particles more sharp, kind of, come on, kind of like this, like, you know, like with the shell shades, but obviously not like jarringly clear, not like just make it go well with, I guess, the overall style. But otherwise, just masterful. Congratulations, effort. Ow, my hand. You take the top spot for me. Just my preference, but yeah. Really good job, Esper. I could go into more, but again, I don't want to go into the longest analysis on every single style, because I don't want this video to be like freaking hours long. Oh yeah, lastly, you just do the characters great justice. This is another thing that I said about Blue, but like you give characters just such great like justice. You fit them very well. I can tell that's freaking Kyo's character, and that's Rayman, and that's I don't know your character, your blue purple cat's personality, but I can tell he's a very happy lad. Sorry, I wasn't showing them, but you saw them before. Anyways, on to Ituru's style. This is like the only one he wanted to show me. I don't remember his style completely off the top of my head, so this is like the only thing I would have exposure to. So I can't give like a broad sense of his style, but I can try to with as much as I have of this. Based off of the fabulous Kronk meme. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Really nice job capturing the just the expression with Kronk. Seriously, I love it. It's so good. I really don't have much to point out, because this is literally just a headshot with that's based off of a meme. So I mean, like I said, you did a good job capturing the meme's essence. You were very faithful to it. But otherwise, I just don't really have much I can point out, because it's literally just a head. So just, I guess, good job with the colors and making the head shape. I'd say, as far as a style, I just don't have much to say on this one, because again, it's just a headshot. But good job on it. I mean, I can't even give much criticism on it either, because I mean, it's just a headshot. But the same thing with Dat, just clean up your lines and make them, I guess, sharper on different parts. Finish up the lines, but that's about it. Nice job, Ituru. That is like the shortest one. I'm so sorry, man, but there's really not much I can give on that. It's literally just a head. Next up is Guiver, which, unfortunately, he is not on Discord at the moment. I don't know why exactly, but he is. But sadly, he's not on Discord, so you can't like go see his style or whatever. I mean, you can, I guess, if you're in 7FF and you somehow search his name, but but anyways, on to his style. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna say I've seen this in other pieces of his. Oh shoot! Hold on a second. I forgot to grab his other piece. Give me a sec. Okay, crisis averted. Hope this video goes up after a certain moment. Anyways, as I was saying, I knew I was missing something right off the bat. I like the way he does eyes. They are so... Oh, I guess I can't move around in it. Dang, that sucks. Okay, they are so cute. These big eyes, just... He doesn't, like, draw mouths, which just... Like, I mean, the eyes are just even cuter, and he just relies on the eyes for the emotion. Really like that about his style. It's so cute. I love it a lot. I would say his style also kind of reminds me of newspaper comics. Excuse me, because they're just silly little stories that he tells. Not in all of them, probably. I'm assuming he has like other ways of drawing, but at least for the ones he gave me, it's kind of just gives me that kind of vibe, just a newspaper style or whatever. I'm gonna have to re-click on this so that image displays. Ah, crap. Give me a second to fix this. Okay, there we go. Anyways. Yeah, just little, so cute, such a cute little style, and the detail on Nico's clothing, really good job, Weaver. Got his hair good too, like dang, that's some good hair. This is such a cute little style, I like it a lot. I'm sorry, I love cute art, I'm a freaking sucker for it. And just, I don't know, details on everything, he does a good attention to detail. Really nice job, man. I guess I would say it's a critique, but it's more just, it's really an art style thing. I can't even call this a critique. I was gonna say like, oh, I can, I guess. Like, make fingers shorter, I guess. That's such a small thing, though. I don't really have much to give criticism with this. Just, it's really good. I really love this. Great job, Guiver. And then there's this one. This video won't go up until after Donna comes back. So by the time this is up, hopefully she is back. And hello, Donna, if you're watching this. But anyways, little piece he made for Donna on her return to Discord. She took a break due to school, and God, everyone has missed her. I've missed her. Freaking nervous wreck. This piece, again, your attention to detail is really nice, and yet again, it reminds me of newspaper comics. It's more crayon-y, so it wouldn't, I guess, fit in the newspapers. But the style of it would definitely be newspaper-esque. Really, really good job. And also, even as a crayon drawing, the sun, like, the lighting for the sun is drawn so well that it looks freaking warm in this drawing. The place just looks so warm and inviting. Like, freaking, I cannot use crayons this resourcefully. This man's is out here making really nice drawings with the crayons. I'm assuming these are crayons. I hope they're crayons. If they're not crayons, they're colored pencils. Either or, it looks more like crayon though, so I'll just say crayon. Really, really good job, mate. I don't want to gush about his style for too long, because it's such a simple little style, but like, simple, I'm a freaking, simplistic styles are better than complex styles in my opinion. Like, and designs. Not that I don't like complex designs or styles, it's just, I don't know, simple wins me over more often than not. And for such a simple style, he does such a good job! It's so good! Alright, on to Hapatu style. which, oh my goodness, where did I begin? Like, freaking give me a second to just give you some perspective real quick, alright? Because I want you to see how much Hap has improved. Let me just give you some idea. Oh, here it is. Okay. Like, freaking, don't get me wrong, I still love, like, this drawing, because just how dreamy it looks. It just looks kind of like a dream in a way. But, like, as you can see... Crud, please, thank you. Happa 2 has improved significantly. Look at his colors. They are freaking so elegant and gorgeous. I really like the colors. They're not perfect, obviously. They're a bit too soft, I feel. They could just do with a bit of a sharper kind of just sharper improvements to the colors, so that way things stand out more and just look less soft of a character. But I will say that with the softness, it kind of gives characters a more dreamy vibe. Kind of like, I'm dreaming, and this is what I would see in the dream, how it would look. So it kind of gives me that kind of vibe. Regardless, it's really the only thing I'll, like, point out, critique-wise, is just, give your colors a more, like, sharpen them or whatever. So yeah, things kind of pop more out. Because it's a little hard to see some things. But regardless, freaking gorgeous colors. Just the blue. Look at these little... I'm assuming those are like meteors or cosmo things in the background in like space. I'm spitting all over this monitor, jeez. Just gorgeous. I absolutely love the way you color with blue. You're like everything is just gorgeous. Good Lord, Hap, your improvement is staggering compared to how you were a year ago. Like, holy crap, what the heck happened? Really good job, mate. Really good job. Anyways, onwards to the next style. Also, something I want to say. If I have missed your art, or I forgot to include you in the video, and I'm not talking about people who are gonna come up like, oh, by the way, I wasn't there before, but you forgot to include me. No, I'm talking about people who came to me whenever I asked and volunteered. If I have forgotten you, please tell me so I can make a follow-up on your style or whatever. Yes, I will make a video freaking 10 seconds short to highlight you. So if I forget you, please, because I got so many DMs, I don't know if I got them all. I really hope I did. Anyways, on to the next style. That was Haps. We're not even halfway done. God help me. Now for Aram. He doesn't do art much. However, when he does art, it always has... Let me get done here. Here we go. He doesn't do art much, but when he does, for me, and especially in his digital pieces, it reminds me of, like, this isn't even a bad thing, it's just what my brain goes to. When Bob Ross used to kind of paint on TV, with, like, due to, like, the fact that, I guess, the, freaking, I don't know, TVs back then weren't, like, or cameras didn't capture the best quality, it kind of gives me that kind of feel when I'm looking at his drawings, just a kind of, I guess blurry kind of drawing. I don't know, that's just what it reminds me of, kind of a blurrier, drawing. It's not, like, so blurry to where, like, it's, ruins the drawing. I'm just saying, like, what it reminds me of. But anyways, really good job on, capturing this tea kettle, the pitcher. I don't know why I called it that. The pitcher, and making the water droplets freaking, hey, jeez. Those pop out really well on the page. Really good job. And, just overall, the shading and the way the water comes out and the ripple, just really nice job, man. I mean, as far as things to work on, I guess just, make the shades a little bit less messy, because it looks a little bit, scratchy, and I mean, that can be a good thing, but it's a little bit, since it is kind of blurry, it just looks a bit too messy with the shades. And, well, I guess the shades kind of bleed into here, even though they should just be kind of like this, and not, like, around there. Unless there's, like, a dent in the cup, which that looks like it would be, like, out of clay. Or, like, some material that you don't want to bend like that, so... But, yeah, that's the only real thing I would point out. Otherwise, you do a really good job making things pop out here. Really nice job. Like in the shadow, and geez, those water droplets just freaking pop out of the page. Really good job, RM. Ear 'em! Ear 'em! Ear 'em! I will get it eventually. Anyways, really good job. Ear 'em! On to Jay's style. This is like his most recent like finished colored piece. He's done traditional sketches and drawings here and there. This is his most recent colored piece. He worked on this for I believe months, and it paid off for the most part. I would definitely say, really nice job, Jay. And whenever I like showed him the little shading paper, he took advantage of that and applied it to the shades. So he did a good job there. Really nice job, Jay. I like the pose. The fire looks amazing. Really nice job on that. And just nice overall, mate. I guess the only thing I would point out is I would recommend not making your shades so soft. Like, making shades this soft on, like, any drawing kind of makes it look, I guess, wet when it's not meant to be. It should, I guess, be more... Like, it can be smooth, but this looks, like, just too smooth, I guess? I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like if you were to shade with black, but with a different color. Though, the color is a better choice than shading with black, because it would just look flat. But it looks like, it's kind of the issue with shading with black, only it's not, flat, it's too round. Like, it looks like a rubbery sphere with this kind of shading, so that's the issue with it. I would recommend just using Gaussian blur, so you can kind of make the shades less round like that. Even though there's, like, other things you could do to, like, help make it less kind of like that. That comes with time and stuff. And, I guess otherwise, I mean, I personally wouldn't pick this shade of blue for spirits, just because it looks a little bit, too gray. And, again, I guess the color choice also is part of what makes them look a bit wet. I would personally go for more purer blues for spirits, and honestly for shading in general, I would go for something purer blue, unless you're trying to make it look wet or, like, swampy. So this would work for something like that. But since he's not wet, I would definitely aim for going for a more pure blue. It can still be faded, but don't make it as gray. Like, aim less for gray and go more for blue, and, like, go for more of the white, go more on the white-blue scale, for that. But otherwise, nice job. Really good job. This is definitely your best piece, in my opinion. Well, that's kind of, well, as far as a fully colored piece, definitely your best piece. Though my favorite piece is freaking... Give me a second to find it. This is my favorite piece right here. Just adorable. Like, fight me. That is freaking cute. Freaking cute. Really good job, Jay. I'm not gonna do that with every art in this video. I'm sorry. Like, art style in this video. I'm sorry. But I will if it's relevant. Excuse me. Alright. On to Kyo's style. Wow, I'm doing these all in one session. Jeez. I might stop halfway, because it's getting a little late, but we'll see. Anyways, on to Kyo's style. Also, I really hope I'm doing you guys justice. That was my concern with going into this. I really hope I'm describing each style with as much fairness as I possibly can. Anyways, on to Kyo's style. Let me just say, Kyo is like one of the fastest improving people in this community, because, I mean, from what I remember, he started, like, not that long ago. Like, maybe a few months ago. and he's already, like, at this height of skill. It's ridiculous. My man's... How? Like, how the heck did you reach this, like, much height of skill or whatever? Like, freaking... Excuse me. The effects on the blade just look sick. The glows are so good too, and just the clouds, everything. It's so good. The only gripe I really have, I don't have gripes with this drawing, I'll be honest, just cause it looks so good. That looks like a freaking poster. That is a freaking poster. I would hang that up, or that's a thumbnail. That's freaking thumbnail poster material right there. Like, I would print this out and hang it in my room. Give me the files. I will print this out and hang that up in my room. I will pay to have it hung up. That is freaking awesome. I love that art. But anyways, back here. The only thing I would point out here is, I guess, pick a lighter color for wrists, because, I mean, for spirits in general, they're a lot brighter than that. Excuse me. So I would, I guess, have picked a brighter blue, because spirits are like a bluish white. So I would have done that. But otherwise, freaking, like, Kyo, holy crap! Your improvement is staggering! Jeez! Like... Also, I'm very serious about the printing thing. I would totally print this out and hang this on my wall. Like, that is gorgeous. Like... And if this was a, like, freaking... If this was a Blade version, I would even more put that on my wall. I'd put these two side by side. I'd invert them so they're, like, facing each other. God, I'm sorry. I freaking love Kyo's style. It's... Oh, God! I'm gonna stop screaming like a fangirl. Anyways, great job, Kyo. Really nice job. Oh, well, I guess for the overall style, if I had to point out anything, just anatomy on, like, the hands and, the tail, and just, make the shades a little more blended, because they look a little bit too cut. But, honestly, those are kind of minor gripes for me, because everything else is just so stellar with his style. It's like, those are things you'll improve over time. Freaking Kyo, your improvement! How do you improve so fast? Teach me! Anyways. I'm sorry if I'm blowing out your ears, I'll probably cut that down in editing. But anyways, here is Kichi's style. This is yet another style that I find quite elegant. Mostly because, I don't know what it is, but every time I see her drawings, the creatures just feel mystical. Like, fantasy. I don't know, like, the creatures just feel... Crap, how to explain this? I said mystical like a fantasy, but I'm trying to think of another word, like, I don't know, like, it gives me, like, in like, any cartoons or whatever, like, the Ancients or something like that, like, they would put there, that kind of gives me those vibes every time I see one of her drawings, because the characters, just feel like there's a lot of mystery to them, and I really like that. Because they're not, like, having a, like, real expression, they're just kind of, staring off at something, whatever they're looking at. So she does a really good job of giving a mystery behind characters and stuff. Really nice job. And I guess another reason it's elegant is just because the way she does tails on creatures, if a creature has a tail, or a character does, it's just drawn in a fluid way to where it just gives me that kind of mystical kind of feel. It's a simple, like, a style. It's not like freaking, I don't know, revolutionary, but it doesn't have to be to give me such really nice feels. Like freaking Nocturnal Phantasms, the game I play on the channel, isn't anything massive or whatever, but like, for some reason it just rubs on me in a special way. If that makes sense. I can't really explain why. So it's kind of the same Kichi style. It's like, it's simple, but for some reason it just gives a sense of mystery, and I really like that. Really good job on that Kichi. I guess the only things I'll point out really critique-wise are just, I mean, again, with the cleaning up lines, though your lines are more of a kind of rougher kind of line look, so I'll give you a little bit of grace there, but I would still make the lines feel sharper. And again, as someone who draws with a mouse, I do this a lot. I have to deal with that a lot because I don't have the luxury of a pen tablet doing that. So yeah, just clean up the lines, and I guess just make the poses, do more of a variety of posing. Try to, like, aim for different poses and stuff, so you can get practice to make different poses for drawings. Because, I mean, I could see your style becoming, like, quite elegant. Like, even more so than now. Like, geez. If you master other poses and stuff, I could see a lot of things going down with the style, so... Great job, Kichi. Back up, please. Thank you. Alright. Next up is Kiyu, Rafa's girlfriend. Alrighty. So, they're very modest. Fight me. Their backgrounds, like, they're gonna say, like, it's not that great. No. These are freaking amazing. Look at the lighting. The lighting. Just freaking awesome. Gorgeous. I'm gonna keep saying the same adjectives, like, many times, but it's kind of what happens when I'm looking at 32 different art styles, so you can fight me. Anyways, I really like her backgrounds and just the way she does characters. It tells a story in of itself. It's like looking at an anime on one painting. And I love anime, so that's a very good compliment. I can't fully tell the emotion. Let's try to zoom in more. Yeah, she's smiling, okay. Kind of just feels like, I don't know why, but I feel like she's kind of at peace in this drawing, just like chilling by the lake, content with her life. So, really nice. What it kind of looks like is the water's kind of a what was, and then there's fire in the background, and what it is now. So everything's burning, but before it was trees are growing and stuff. I could be interpreting that wrong, but that's what it looks like. But it looks like she's kind of, I guess, smiling, remembering what was. So, there's that. Excuse me. 1 second, I was looking at something, sorry. So I like the story she tells, at least in this one. And in the next one. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a story to this one. There probably is. Obviously, everything is a story. Oh wait, no, there is. I was gonna say there's probably not like a symbolic meaning like this one. But no, there is. Kind of. With like the blue streaks, there's like, crap. Like there's something different in the background. I guess it looks like there's something else there. Like that like is a different place or something like that. I could be interpreting that wrong. But it's kind of what it looks like. It looks like those are little, I don't know what those would be. They're just like fictional like dandelions or something like that, just floating in the sky. Also, that's so cute. That's so cute. And the way she does hair, just really nice. Like that's freaking great hair. Like, look at the detail in the hair. That's amazing. Great job, Kiyu. And the little dragon thing. It's so cute. Please do a full body reference thingy of it so I can save it to my character refs so I can draw it later. That's freaking adorable. Anyways, that's the other one, and then there's this one, which tells less of a story. But it's just, a nice forest. It's peaceful and stuff. The only criticism I really have with it is, for art pieces... Whoops. For art pieces like this, I can kind of tell the brush you used to form leaves, and, well, that's fine in most art pieces, because, plenty of artists do that. I feel like for something like this, it's a bit too much. Like, I can really tell the brush you use, because, like, there's way too much use of it. I would personally, at some point, either, like, make it less prominent, and like try to like fill it in with shading and stuff to kind of block out the fact and give me the illusion that these are leaves you've drawn yourself. Because I feel like just these leaves are like leaves you used with a brush and just did different layer stuff with it. It still took a lot of work to do it. I'm not saying you lazily just slapped it together. But I'm just saying I would work with trying to make it look less like you used a brush and more like you drew these yourself and or whatever. Just give me the illusion of it, which is the point of using the brush like that. I have a brush that does this as well, but I usually try to draw my own leaves, that way I don't have the issue with this, because I don't really know how exactly to paint with these leaves without making them just look, well, a bit too much like I used a brush. So that's the only thing I would really work on. Otherwise, freaking just amazing style. This is like the best use I've seen you use of that brush. So I'd say try to aim for something like this. Whoops, like this with it. I don't know if you used a brush or just drew each stroke, but I'm guessing used a brush because like that's a lot of grass. I'm sure you do not want to draw all that. And like I said, I don't know if you want to draw all these leaves either. So that's why I would just say work with trying to make it look less like a brush and more like these are leaves you've drawn. I don't quite know how to do that because I don't work with brushes like this myself. I just draw the leaves myself. Someday I might, but I don't know. So I can't really give like a way to do it, but that's what I would say. Anyways, congrats and good job, Kyo. You have done amazing. I really hope I defined the meanings of these well enough. Alright, now on to Milo! My mans, my myths, my legend. The traditional artist who draws cartoons. Draws very cute cartoons out of his stuff. Like, pretty much, all of his traditional art is in a style kind of like this. Just like in cartoon style, like you would see, like, on newspaper comics. That's the best thing I can relate it to, is something like that. Really nice job. I like the, again, really cute expressions. Big eyes like that, just cute, adds to cute styles like this. Really nice job, and this focuses less on those eyes because it's freaking Hollow Knight characters, so ignore me there. But otherwise, job with eyes on things like this. And you do a good job of putting different characters in the scene and just making them unique, rather than just copy-paste characters. That's something I pride you on with your drawings, is just the variety in everything. Excuse me. Only criticism is, I feel like this is just an issue with the tools, so there's not really much you can do about it. Just, I guess, fill in more. Like, I can tell you're using colored pencil, really press with that colored pencil. I deal with colored pencils freaking all the time when I'm doing traditional, and I know the feeling of, like, having a bunch of scrapes and stuff. Having the scrapes there, I'm not gonna really blame you for, because that's freaking... it is what it is. Colored pencils suck. They're good for coloring, but they suck for stuff like this. But freaking, you gotta press real hard to get them colors to fill in, or just keep coloring over it. But yeah, you really have to press to get those colors in. And I would say, especially for black and gray, just because it looks a bit, I guess, plain when it's kind of like that, so I would definitely fill in a little bit more. Not too much, because, like, the gray's gonna blend, and I get that, but color it more. Just to fill it in more. That's basically, like, gripes I'll give for that, because that's, like, the main issue I would see with, like, the style. Other than that, good job! Very cute style, and God, love it. Loving these different comic styles I'm seeing from these creators. Really good job, guys. Alright, we are getting closer to the end, so I might actually do all these. Next up is Neki, or Nick. He finished this one recently, and it is very sad, but pretty cute, because Neki is just... I mean, Neki is certified automatic cute. Really good job on the fire. Really nice job on the fire this time around. You did a very good job. Make it look hot. Like, this looks like he's in a room. I know he's probably not, but it looks like he's in a room, and, like, the heat in there is just, like, if you go near him, he's really hot. Like, you're not gonna want to be near him. He's burning. It looks like freaking lava. Like, he's holding lava. That's how hot it looks. As far as a gripe, I would just say it's the same issue with shading I would see on I saw with like in a few other drawings, just make it blend more and not so like harshly there, because it's better to make the shade kind of last all the way like out as far as it should be, because it's a shadow, and make it stretch out and kind of fade off more. This is why I would use Gaussian blur for any shading, if you're doing, especially if you're doing cell shading. That way it doesn't look just as harsh like this, because it's a bit too hard of colors. I guess I also just wouldn't use that dark of a blue for spirits, but really that's just my preference. It's mostly just because it makes them look too soft. And I mean, I know spirits, I mean, freaking soft cute creatures. But like, they shouldn't be soft by like, because of this. It's just a bit too soft. But I would say work on your shading, I guess. That's like really the only thing in your style I see that you should work on. And for things like tears and stuff, I guess, that you paint, kind of make that for I would make the tears go over the line here, so that it looks like it's coming out of his eye a little better. But otherwise, you have a very cute style, Nick, and great job. And again, just you did a good job capturing the necky blue flame feel in the drawing. Great job. I don't know why I'm coughing all of a sudden. I literally don't have a coughing issue. I don't know why I'm coughing now. Excuse me. Great job, Nick. I will always save your necky drawings, because, or any drawing, like almost any drawing of Necky, because I love your character a lot. Really cute. Alright, onwards to, crap, I forgot his name is, KFC, aka Pierce, who is kind of not in any Ori servers anymore to my knowledge. But anyways, my man's has improved a ton since the beginning, like back whenever I think Director invited him. He's improved a ton since then. Really good job, mate. So I'm kind of cycling through. A lot of his style is similar throughout all the drawings, so there's not really much I should just stay on. Oh yeah, that's like it. Anyways, so yeah, I'll try to kind of skim through it a little bit, just because it's a bit similar, which is a good thing, because it's a style for a reason. Really nice job with the pose and the shading. Like, mate, you are starting to develop a style. Your style is similar to an artist called Flyan on Twitter and Twitch. I don't know, look him up. He's got a style very, similar to this, with like eyes and just the way you do the expression and the posing. It just feels very much like his. So, and crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's a good thing, because he's got a very good style. Only yours is different, because yours is more of a, yours is like a clean version of Flyan. Flyan's coloring style is a lot more rough. And the way he animates and stuff is a lot more excuse me. It's not like smooth looking, which is, or no, I don't know how to explain that. But yours is a cleaner Flyan. That's all I'm gonna say. Really good job there. And same for this. Good job in the posing. Those two are really similar, so I really don't have much to add to them. As far as your traditional style, really good job in your poses. You have a really good knack for accuracy, especially in your freaking traditional drawings. Like, the freaking cuts and stuff. I've seen this character before, and this is very accurate. Really good job just capturing the feel of the character. I would say the elbows are a bit sharp. I know elbows are sharp, but like for the clothing, since he's wearing a shirt, and even with the elbows, they're not like literally razor sharp. I would round those out a little bit. I have to go get some water, because God, I don't know what just started this. But other than that, freaking mate, great job on these poses, on this posing. Same here, really nice job with the posing. I mean, This looks like freaking Toon Link's, like Legend of Zelda. Whenever they do Toon Link, that's the style it looks like. Freaking amazing job. Great job, mate. I guess digital, you remind me of Lion, and with traditional, you remind me of the Zelda style when they do Toon Link, like the more cartoony style. Great job, KFC, and great improvement. Next up is Quang, and he also has a very cute style, which again, I don't want to keep pointing out the fact their styles are cute, because a lot of these styles are cute. But his style's cute. But I like the way he draws things a little simpler. I can point out the cuteness here because it adds to a point. It makes his drawings have a cuter style, which is what he's going for. And just the small smiles and just the smaller expressions really help give these styles kind of a excuse me. It feels like I don't know why it feels like military. Like the drawings feel like kind of like what I would see in a military art piece or something like that, a military style of art. Just with the way, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the way it's simpler, and just the way things are described, like with the text boxes and things like that. It just has a military kind of vibe, I guess. I don't know how to really explain that, and I don't know why my brain jumped to a military style, but that's just what it reminds me of. So that's kind of, so, good job, Quang. If I had to say work on anything, just, I guess make the floof, like the little whisker floof, less stringy, less thin, because it looks a little bit, too thin, and it doesn't give a fluid vibe, like the fur is, like, fluid. So I would work, I guess, with that, with chest fur and cheek fur, and just make the tails a bit, more fluid, like to the pose, rather than, like, out to the side. I don't know, I don't know how to best describe, but like kind of make the tail kind of ball up and just do something like that, I guess. But anyways, great job. God, freaking Tekka is adorable. Really good job, mate. On to another one of my favorite artists, Rafa, coming in with his style. This drawing isn't centered and it's killing me, but whatever. Alright. So, Rafa style. One of his most unique features of his style is the fact that, he draws very big on big canvases. As you can see from the original size, like this man, I'll show an even better example in a moment. But my man draws on freaking humongous canvases, and has a very, but besides that, he has a very distinct kind of style, just basically mainly using eyes. He'll sometimes draw mouths, but he doesn't rely on mouths to give the emotion. The eyes just tell the story of what's going on, and it's really nice. Now this was for a card, so it's just a simple, cute little Rafa looking. Something I like about his style as well is just with the backgrounds, even when they're like simple or whatever, it just has a very stylized kind of look, like what you would see on a magazine. So there's that. Obviously, the magazine wouldn't have shades probably like this. They'd probably be a lot flatter. But I don't know how it works with magazines. But speaking of shading, his shading looks so warm. It's so soft. Like I freaking want to hold this little kitten in my arms and hug him and just lay down and go to sleep with him in my lap, I guess. Or next to me. Whatever. It's freaking adorable, and I love it. The shades are just so soft and just really nice. Oh, and yeah. Here's a better example of how massive his drawing is. Like, this is like, I think, 10K by 10K? Oh no, this isn't 10K. There's a 10K drawing, but this drawing is 3,840 by 2,160. Yeah, drawings don't need to be that big, but But Rafa makes them that big, so, yeah. Oh, jeez. Because he's a mad lad, and I love it. But, something I like about Rafa is, like Kiyu, he's got this anime kind of look to his drawings, like with the freaking streams, and the glows on those streams. Just... really gorgeous. Really gorgeous. I would say, like, when he does his massive canvas, it really lends to allowing details to shine even when you're zoomed in. Obviously, it looks more JPEG-y when zoomed in, because his drawings are in JPEGs due to freaking Procreate making the files too big for tablets to handle with exporting and stuff. But if it were a PNG, you would see the details really shine, even up close. So, I mean, he can freaking make his canvases all as big as he wants, and yeah, I would say he has an advantage with that, because he can use his art for various things. Like, I don't know, if he wanted to make promotional art for someone or whatever, he could give it to them and they'd be able to use it because it's at a big enough size to where it'll be visible or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know, he's got a nice perk of having more options with his art because it's at a bigger size. Obviously, there's more constrictions with size and stuff, but overall, he has a lot of options with bigger art. And he can do smaller art too. Don't think he can only draw big. So yeah, that's why he says he has diversity. Regardless, enough about canvases. I like the... Okay, hold on a sec. I'm going to fix this throat issue. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways. Outside of the canvas thing, I like the feeling is able to give with drawings, like kind of the vibrato kind of feel, like, you know, like with the filter and photos where you can like have the black kind of circle enclosing to give more focus onto the drawing. I like when he does that with drawings. It looks really cool and just gives a dynamic kind of look. And for drawings like this, like I said, the way he does his shades. Now, this isn't necessarily as soft here, it's colder, but like that's because it's Hollow Knight. But the shades are so well blended, hence the softness. And just the detail on freaking particles and glows. He's so good at lighting. He is so good at lighting. Just look at this. Look at these. Freaking beautiful. I love it. Great job, Rafa. Great job. And lastly, just, again, the details on everything. Just, God, I could go on all day, but you get the idea. Really great job, Rafa. I'm going to look at this one for the next artist, which is Rakami, or Rocky as I call him. Before I show the next one, be warned for people with epilepsy or anything like that. I'll show this for a little bit, and I'll give you a timestamp, I guess, to skip to. Anyways, yeah, here is Rakami's style. I really wish I could, like, pause this and just show it, but oh well. Anyways, here's Raki's style. It is a GIF, by the way, so ignore the fact that they're, like, flashing colors in weird spots. That's not intentional, so don't, like, worry about that. That's blame GIFs, sadly. But anyways, Rakami's style. My man's, like, when he came into Oricard, he started traditional, and almost immediately after, he moved to digital, and he adapted so fast. Like, my goodness, my man's... It's like he knew exactly what to do. It's freaking incredible. Really great job, Rocky. With shades, you already have an understanding of how to shade and everything. I mean, you came out of the gate with a really nice style. So, yeah. But anyways, I'll go into, I guess, what makes his style, I guess, a style. I like how every character he draws, they just look very mobile. Like, they can freaking move around and do a lot of cool action stuff, I guess. Like, they're slenderer and, just look cool. Like, his style just makes characters look cool. It also makes them look cute, because, I mean, they're freaking spirits. What do you expect? But, like, overall, his characters just look really cool. And just, also, it just makes them look kind of squishy. Just the way he shades and colors them. Squishy spirits. I guess that just, it also doesn't help that spirits are already squishy, but that's besides the point. But yeah, just the sharper, like, kind of look he gives everything just gives it a sleek kind of, and as I said, it makes the characters look cool. I don't know, it just, this is like the first style, I would say that, like, just legit, like, the characters just look really cool. Just, like, the style itself, just, like, it's so cool. I don't really have a better adjective for it. He just has a really awesome, cool, like, looking style for characters. Like, crap, what? There's an animation style it reminds me of, but I cannot, like, put my thumb on it, or my finger on it. I guess? No, I'm not gonna make that comparison. My mind is thinking of freaking Spyro, even though it, like, doesn't have the same color style, like, at all. But it just kind of feels like what Spyro would look like, I guess, if he was a cartoon in an animation style like this. I don't know why. It's just giving me those vibes. But regardless, good job, Rocky. The only thing I would point out is, at least just for this drawing in particular, work to make the shades less, like, they're fuzzy for a reason, but they kind of just look a bit awkward at some points, like a bit too thin and inconsistent. So I guess just work on blurry things. That's about it. Freaking great job at making such a cool style, Rocky. Next up is Ross himself, the man who is addicted to cheese and all that jazz. I'm assuming this is you and Amy, so really cute. Looking at the sunset in the distance. Really good job. God, my throat! Freaking jump off a cliff and die and then come back to life fixed. I am so sorry for all this throat nonsense. Anyways, God, this video is like gonna be over an hour. Just look at the time. I've been recording for 47 minutes at least with this recording. I'm gonna have to combine them together. But anyways, here's Rosa's style. Rosa's style, I like his style just because it's a very simple style. He's got room to improve, but that doesn't matter because I really like the simpleness, the simplicity, that's a word, guys. the simplistic look of his drawings, just right to the point and tells a story and is cute. It carries a, God, I don't know how to explain myself. My brain is freaking dying right now. I mean, overall, again, the only thing the main thing I'd work on, I guess, is just make things look less flat. Like, it doesn't have there's not much depth to your drawings. Like, I know what things are, like, that's the water, but I feel like this should be kind of tilt the camera forward, if that makes any sense, forward down, and that's how this should look. Same with this, only lean it kind of towards us. I don't know how to explain it right. But yeah, just work on giving things a little bit of a less flat look. That's about it. Really great job, Rose. You have done a good job. And also, I think this is cheese. So, fantastic job. You are the cheese god for a reason. Either that or those are gold bars. Whichever one it is, they look shiny and nice. You did a good job giving a shiny look to it, so it looks like metal. Or cheese. Whatever. It looks like either one. I don't know what it is. It could be cheese or gold bricks. I don't want to say it's one thing and then it's like, it's not. And I'm entirely wrong. Give me a second. Just want to see something real quick. Alright, now, on to the next style. It's time for the man himself! I didn't rub my hands together. There. The ritual has been complete. We can move on now. Soap! The man who will cleanse us of our sins. Freaking cleanest lines you will ever see. Like, this man has the cleanest line art. Like, it's ridiculous. Look at how clean and smooth those lines are. Just pristine. Smoother than freaking crystal. Just crystal clearer than crystal. Just amazing. Great job on that clean style soap. And the clean style translates to his shading. How the character posture looks. Everything is just so clean and wonderful. I love it. And you do the characters great justice. You also do them great anatomical justice. Look at the muscles. And you also have your own Bible verse. I'm joking, that's the date and everything. I'm just messing. But seriously, really nice job. You literally will cleanse us of our sins with these clean lines. Like, holy crap, you already cleansed mine. But really good job on just having such a clean, clear style. Everything just pops out and just is amazing. Honestly, if you animated, I would love to see it because it would look clean as heck. It would probably be very annoying to animate like this, but I mean, it's your style, and you gotta happen. The ritual must be complete, man. You ain't got no choice. And if you compromise, I will end your life. No, but seriously, really great job. You capture such clean artwork. It's clean and looks really good. So great job. It's just, I need to commission you at some points. Anywho, next up, we are nearing the end. Next up is Stretch. Which, he has other art he's made, but it was a tracing, so he didn't want me to include it. Really nice job with the colors in this drawing. Looks very bright and vibrant, and you gave him a nice bit of glow. I would say it's a bit too bright, because it's kind of hard to see the wings and the... I'm assuming, I don't know what those are. Sylph's sheet doesn't say. I think it's like just a nice detail, little antenna thing. But anyways, excuse me. You did a good job adding some detail for feathers, or to the wings and things like that. I would make him thinner because he's a little bit too wide, but otherwise you have a very vibrant look to this, and the background doesn't clash, which is a plus. Good job. The glow definitely lends to making the background work well with the character without it clashing or like blending him in. Not clashing. I meant blending him in. And nice attention to details. Good job, Stretch. Style-wise, since this is like the only one you've made, that's kind of the problem with. If you've only made like one art piece, it's hard for me to like define your style, I guess, because there's not like a variety I've seen from you. However, I'll try to give a kind of description on that. I would say your style is really just with you use the same color background as the character, but you contrast that with something else on the character, so that way like it's pleasant. So like the background is the same color as the character, which makes it look pleasant, and it doesn't blend them. So it just works in a nice matrimony. There we go. Sorry, I was trying to think of a way to describe your style. Anywho, next up is Sundowner. The man who gets his drawings called hot quite often. Which, I blame the users for that one. Go to freaking horny jail. Anyways. 1 second. Just taking a look at this. So now, with Sundowner Style, very anatomical. He does a very great job of aiming for accuracy with anatomy. Kind of based his spirits and Moki around that, so really great job with that Sundowner. I like the way you do shading on characters. It adds the anatomicalness of things, gives muscles and such. So yeah, good job. And your coloring just looks really pleasing to the eyes. Really nice color choices for your spirits and for the characters and the shading and stuff. Really nice job. And also just, it feels full of life, especially in this one. Like the fur and everything just feels so lively. And that's really good because it allows you to capture character personality and just how they want to be represented. Great job. Two little lovebirds and such. Only criticism I really have, I guess, is just the way you I know spirit arms are a bit weird because freaking they go from tiny to hammer arm in an instant, but I feel like the instant transition with arms like this is a bit too fast. If that makes any sense. I would make it kind of gradually go into it a little bit more instead of just instantly jumping into the arm. But otherwise, really nice job. Oh yeah. Well, I guess other than that, just at least for this drawing in particular, he looks a bit too tall, but that's just me. But otherwise, really nice job. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out is really nice thing you do with the eyes. That is kind of, I guess, how eyes, that's like a highlight to help the eye kind of pop out whenever it's closed. But I like the way you do it. It's a nice little highlight. Makes it shine and gives you focus on where to look. Really nice job. I really like this drawing. Sorry. Anyways. Onwards to the next style! We're nearing the end. It is time for Tai. God, I mean, where do I even start, man? Frickin' Tai is frickin' the mother of all trees. She does trees excellently. Look at these leaves. Look at that bark. So good. And the oh god, I forgot there was a tornado. The tornado and the thunder in this drawing is really nice. The drawing is a little bit rushed, I will say, in certain areas, but I mean, I feel like that's not a style thing, so I'm not gonna really go, oh, the problem with your style is, just for this drawing in particular. I guess it's just a bit rushed, but otherwise, freaking mother of trees, freaking Tai, draw me the banana cherry blossom hybrid, please. I need it. But anyways, next one. You do such a good job with characters. Oh my gosh. You give the characters such personality. I don't know if that's the intention, but he looks like kind of shy. I like him. I love him. Shy characters are best characters. And just the fluidness of the tail, the arms, just everything is just captured so well with the characters. You give them such a good personality and justice and life. I really like this. I really like this drawing. She's drawn plenty of characters, by the way. I could show like I could show like tons of different drawings. But overall, she's just really good at posing and the anatomy of things. She captures that really well. And she also draws really good trees. Freaking hire me. I mean, I will hire you, Tai. Draw me my tree. Really good job. I could sit there pointing out more, but I'd have to have more arts, and but that's all I can really point out there. Really good job, Tai. Your style is one of my favorites. Now, on to the last one of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Weaver, a Oricord member who got. Oh shoot! Oh yeah. Well, last style for now. I'm giving people till like the 15th, as of this recording now. So I'll probably have more after this one. So this video won't go out for quite a bit, unfortunately. But anyways, here is Weaver's style. God. If there's one thing I can point out about Weaver's style, I like the lines, like the way he colors lines. Colored lines, I'm a freaking sucker for those. Those really make a drawing stand out and pop in the best way. And his just gives a Disney vibe with the way he does his lines. Like, freaking... Look at the highlights. So pretty. It's so warm. This looks like a picture straight out of a children's storybook. Just with, like, how the lines are colored. And the roughness of the lines also just adds to that. And, God, it's just so pretty. It's so dang pretty. God bless America. It's so dang pretty. Really good job. Really good job capturing a kind of storybook kind of look. And the colors and the spirits and just everything is so pleasing to the eyes. I'm sorry. It's just so good. The petals just so shiny and nice. God, I'm trying to find different things to point out. I guess I like the kind of sharpness of certain things. Like, the transition of to the hoof, from the hoof to the leg, and then just the fur gives just a kind of sharper look. It's not like sharp as in freaking it's gonna stab me, but you know, like just a sharper line style. Really good job, mate. Really nice job. Only criticism, I guess, style-wise, I don't really have one. Honestly, your style is just so good. I mean, the only criticism I'll give on this piece specifically is, work on the lines for the legs a bit, because they're a bit misleading for how some things should look. But otherwise, really nice work, man. Just, God, freaking, I cannot help myself. It's so pretty. This is such a pretty drawing. Open commissions, man. I'll pay you. Alright, wow, that took an hour. We're at the end of the art styles for now. So I will probably cut to the next recording if I have any other styles. If not, I will just close the video. So, catch you in a sec. Crap. Okay, I forgot one. After this, then I'll wait. Anyways, here's Latier, his style. He put like 12 pages, but I'm not going to show all of them. I will show like 2 or 3. Here is his style. His style is like, shoot, I don't know how to best explain it. It's it varies from piece to piece as to what it is. So it's really hard to define his as a style, I guess, for what it's like, what I like about it. I'd say for this one, I guess, I honestly don't know what this is, and I really don't want to misdescribe it. I will say though, I like the little pink things that shine through the leaves. I think those are. Looks pretty cool. Kind of a mysterious piece, all things considered. And we'll just stop here, because again, there's 12 pages. I don't want to scroll through all of them. He's got a very cute style with the little expressions and stuff. This especially. Oh my god, that's adorable. Nice job on the feathers, by the way. Looking nice and, well, feathery? I was gonna say soft, but, I mean, feathers, I don't really know what feathers texture-wise are, if they're soft or something else. I'll just say feathery. They look very feathery. Nice job, and the glow looks very pleasant. Nice little blue. I guess, like, something your style is pretty good for is, I guess, texture. Things look pretty rough, and, you do a good job showing that. And especially with this piece, I like the little, shocking, bits that are coming out of them, the little surges of electricity. I think those are electricity. Really nice job. I don't have, like, I mean, I could go over all 12 of these, but you know what? There's a lot of them. So I'm not gonna do that, because I don't want to go over 12 art pieces. Yeah, that's good. Great job, Latier. Shoot. I guess if I had to point anything else out, I guess I like, freaking, I love fire colors. I'm a sucker for fire color schemes, so, oh crap. Pfft, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot, I lost the page. There. Okay. Crisis averted. Anyways, I like the, I love fire colors, and I like in this drawing, like, the little figure just peeking behind the fire. It looks really cool. Good job, Latier. Great style. Now, with that, I'm going to turn off display capture and end this recording. Now, we'll wait for more styles to come in. Oh, testing. There we go. Alright, so, last, art style that I will go over. The editing will begin on Tuesday, because that's the last day I'm leaving for sign-ups and whatever. But anyways, Tuesday, by the time I'm recording this, by the way, not like whenever it's up. Anyways, last one is Snuggle Style. Mainly was waiting on him to just give me the okay on whatever art. He basically just told me to pick some stuff. So I just picked some random recent things, I guess. Honestly though, and with Snuggle Style, it is just, every piece is so unique that it's like pointless to even like ask for one art or one style to represent himself, because like every one of his arts are just so unique and different and diverse and not what you would expect. Like the characters he makes are very abstract. I mean obviously they have form, you know what they look like, but like they're abstract in terms of like what they are. I would say like this is a cat, but I mean for like someone else it could be anything. For someone else this could also be anything. Same for this, and then this. So yes, his style is very it's like abstract if it had more of a form, like something that you could recognize, if that makes any sense. Abstract if it's not completely unrecognizable to where you'd have to like make some interpretation for it. It's abstract if it was given sentience, I guess. Other than that, his style is so freaking cool. The I think, don't quote me on this, but I think he draws with like anti-aliasing always off, so it has a very rough style. I mean, it even like is just, it's basically pixel art. It's not pixel art technically speaking, but I mean it could qualify very much as pixel art though. Because I mean, just look at how, I guess, rough everything looks. It's just so cool and just has great form. I really like the art style he draws. It's always so mysterious and just I'm always curious about what each piece is. I'm having a hard time really explaining this because I mean, like I said, it's freaking abstract. But it's just, every piece is different. And even with his traditional piece, it looks like his digital arts, just like through a different lens. I mean, obviously he has like filters he's messed around with to really give this a really nice effect, which he does a really good job of that in his traditional pieces. So my man has a very broad sense of what he can do with his art, which is nice. He's got variety. However, that being said, with all of this variety that he has with each piece, it's all still got a one core thing. I keep switching, I'm sorry. It all has one core thing about it that you immediately recognize that it's Snuggle. And I mean, for me, it's that his art doesn't really have a freaking meaning that you can define, I guess. Because I mean, for this creature could just have a neutral like emotion, a happy emotion or whatever, but I mean, for me, it just, there's not really one meaning to it. It just, I'm having such a tough time explaining this because his style is that unique. God, freaking Snuggle, make this easy for me, good lord. But yeah, I don't know. I'll wrap up my explanation. Just like, his style is very unique, but it all has one core aspect to it, and it's just like the roughness to it, I guess. It's all very abstract, yet it has a form that you could recognize, which, sorry, eyes was giving me issues. Anyways, yeah, wrapping up the explanation, just it's all very abstract and each piece is different. However, they all have the same kind of core concept of it being, I mean, in my opinion, just something very mysterious and just very rough, not like having a softer style for coloring and like making things, I guess, look smoother. It's just all a very sharp and non-anti-alias style. It's just very unique, very different. That sounds really cliche, but I mean, with Snuggle's style, I feel like describing it as unique and different really compliments it, especially because look at it. I don't see art like this anywhere. Like, seriously, I've not seen art with this kind of abstract feeling to it anywhere. His art is just very special, holds a very magical feel to it, even though it's like darker and kind of grittier, especially in pieces like this. Or this. But sometimes he has very pleasant pieces, kind of like this. Just very cute little creatures looking at the moon. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling on his style. I don't want to be on it too long, because honestly I could be on it all day trying to give a full description of it, because it's that unique. God, freaking... one day I'm going to commission you, Snuggle, when you have those opened, because you have a style I could use for something. I can't really I can't really like give an exact like what I could use it for, but I'm sure there's something in my out of my character roster or something in the back of my mind that I would have you design in something just, I guess, kind of like this, except that would probably be digital, but you get my point. But yeah, that is the end of the art styles. Honestly, I'm not expecting to get any more submissions, because, well, at this point, no one's really giving me anything, so yeah. But hopefully y'all all enjoyed what I presented, and I hope I didn't freaking butcher my explanations, or just half do it. I am freaking sorry if I did. I tried my best. But all in all, it was really fun recording this. Thanks for giving me all your art styles, and let me give criticisms here and there. Some of them I couldn't criticize just because the style was just... I couldn't find things to criticize. Freaking Snuggle a while ago wanted us to criticize things about his style. I could not find, like, hardly anything. His style is just, like, so abstract, but it works together so well that it's like, honestly, I don't see the reason to critique his style. Because, I mean, you can, and there's probably things that can be refined, I guess, that I'm not finding. But honestly, for his style, I just don't see the need to critique it because of how unique it is, how different it is. It's just that kind of, as long as he gets, I mean, just anatomy of certain things right, which, I mean, in my opinion, he does just fine, then, I mean, there's really nothing I can critique on it, because it's just so unique. I just like it the way it is right there. I just honestly want to admire the style. That's why I wouldn't want to critique his art, because, I mean, as much as I'm sure he wants criticism, I honestly don't want to give it, because his style just is that special. I wouldn't want to diss the credibility to it by me giving it critiques. And while that isn't necessarily true, I'm not, like, discrediting it. It feels, in a way, like I am, because, like, I want the style to kind of remain in its unique way, and if I give it, like, the usual criticism I give it, it'll draw it towards other styles, but I don't want that to happen. I want it to kind of have its own unique identity. So if I give any critiques, it'll be probably just anatomy or something like that, because, like, well, you don't want to have broken arms. But yeah, I'm sorry I kept ranting on his style, but I just freaking love it to death. That is the style I would pay high amounts for, because it's so unique. Anyways, that's all for the style video. Thanks for turning them all in, giving me this opportunity to give my critiques and my loves and my everythings to your style, because all y'all got the greatest styles. Now, I'm going to go stream now. At least as of the time of this video. I don't know if I'm going to stream when it's uploaded. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and hope y'all walked away satisfied, because I tried my best. Click that like button, there's the subscribe button, and be on the lookout for things in the future. Screw classes, so I don't know how active I'm going to be with the channel, but I'll try to do things from here and there. See ya.